There are 7 different types of bullying. There is bullying through social exclusion or isolation. There's physical bullying, which would be like somebody hitting you, kicking you, anything like that. There's a type of bullying that doesn't really have a name. It's kind of like physical bullying, but it's just like you get money taken from you or your stuff is damaged. There's sexual bullying and cyberbullying. There is also verbal bullying. There.
Why they bully?
Yes.
Why do they bully? Because
there's people like Rebecca.
They're either rich.
This is going into
they're either rich, their parents suck butt, or I don't know, they just have a bad childhood, bad influence, drugs. They lead
sexual
to
abuse.
Stuff. There you go, sexual stuff like sex.
You can email me. I'll get
that
back
leads
to you.
to it. They feel like the S word.
He's the one always being
SHI last letter.
Beep. That helps.
We didn't say
know.
the middle word.
You're the one always bullying everyone, so I would know.
Yeah, Rebecca, close the computer. Rebecca, go sit over there. See, I'm not bullying you. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Down.
It makes you feel bad. Makes you feel like you can't do anything. Makes you feel like I'm stuck here. What do I do?
Suicide.
Say it's over.
Okay.
It's suicide.
I don't know.
I have personal experience with being bullied. I won't say I've never bullied anybody because all of us have, but when I do see people get bullied, I do try to stop it. I'll stand up for the kid who's being bullied, even if there's somebody who has bullied me in the past. When I was in 7th grade, I was constantly being bullied. I was told that I was stupid, ugly, that I should go jump off the building or jump off the school. Somebody told me that I should go slit my wrists. A few people actually even told me they wanted to push me off the school. I eventually got a little bit violent with them. I poured pop over one kid's head at a football game because they were bullying me. And I ended up getting in trouble because there was no proof that they had said anything to me, even though they had. I've punched a kid in the stomach before for bullying me. This was way back. I'm a lot calmer now about this kind of stuff, but it really does hurt. At first I ignored it and stuff, and eventually it just got too hard to take, so I did fight back. And in all the cases, everybody would just get talked to about how they shouldn't be doing this. There were no repercussions.
I don't get involved. Well, like sometimes, like if they say something, I kind of say like how it's not right, like. But like I don't get fully involved because I don't want to get bullied myself, and I don't know. It's just I try and stay out of other people's business.
Kids don't get involved with bullying. They don't want to get bullied themselves, but they don't want to get in trouble by people. And they have a high opinion of everything.
When it came to bullying in Lord of the Flies, Piggy was the one with the constant having like people on his back. The first time you really see him be bullied is by Ralph. This is on page 11. Shortly after they first meet, the quote from there is, Ralph shrieked with laughter. He jumped up. Piggy, Piggy. Ralph, please. Piggy clasped his hands in apprehension. I said I didn't want. Piggy, Piggy. Ralph danced out in the hot air on the beach. I mean, it doesn't really seem like that big of a deal because Ralph's probably just thinking, oh, I'm joking. But Piggy being called this for so many years by his classmates as a making fun thing probably didn't feel so great. Another one was on page 45, and Piggy starts out talking. There ain't nothing we can do. We ought to be more careful. I'm scared. Jack dragged his eyes away from the fire. You're always scared, you fatty. making fun of his weight again. On 71, this from Piggy and wails of agreement from some of the hunters drove Jack to violence. The bolting look came into his blue eyes. He took a step and, able at last to hit someone, stuck his fist into Piggy's stomach. Piggy sat down with a grunt. Jack stood over him. His voice was vicious with humiliation. You would you, fatty? Ralph made a step forward, and Jack smacked Piggy's head. Piggy's glasses flew off and tinkled on the rocks. Piggy cried out in terror, my specs. It's the first physical violence in this book. This happens after the fire goes out when the ship comes along. In the chapter the shell and the glasses, Piggy's glasses are stolen, and this is like destruction of property and stealing. In the chapter Castle Rock, because nobody would want to listen to Piggy, he was actually killed when he tried to speak up. Again, they pushed a rock at him to try to get him to shut up, and this consequently killed him. It was an accident. And that kind of shows how this violence can lead to more if you're not careful. When it comes to suicides, a lot of kids who are bullied will end up trying to commit suicide. Not all of them will be successful, but the few that are, it's a big deal. Males are actually more likely to commit suicide in a more violent way, as in like cutting themselves, shooting themselves. Girls, when they try to commit suicide, they generally go with a less bloody, gory way because being girls, worry about the mess. So they generally go with hangings or suffocation or poison overdose.